Hello and welcome back to the grid. Welcome back to Let's Build a Megazord. From Fanhome, of course. The box is empty as always. We have box and episode number 4. And with a total of 6 magazines this time. So this video might get longer as expected. So you've been warned. The magazines are magazine number 9 to 14. They are the same as the last time. I don't have to show this every time what's inside the magazines. There's the manual for building the entire Megazord itself, and of course some show history. So that aside, let's get to the important stuff. I got some gifts this time. What's in the box? What's in the box? Something very cool. A cup. I mean, it's a white cup with a Power Rangers logo. Not too fancy, but for me fancy enough. I have another Power Rangers cup, a red one with a more oval shape, but it's hard to drink out of that one, so this is better. And this, which makes a lot of noise. I opened it up and looked inside. We will see this on the building table in a sec. Can you guess what it is? It's the display stand, basically, for Megazord, the round table which you get as a premium member. I will show that over there in a bit. I have to get this out of the way, because we need to completely build this thing on your own as well. I thought, like, at least that you can give us in full. No, you have the full experience, you have to build that. You get then number 9 with these parts. My guess would be T-Rex, but I assume besides from the claws here, that's saber-toothed tiger, I assume. We'll see that in a bit. Mastodon. Magazine number 13, a bit out of order here. So we're starting on the next Zord we didn't have yet. Number 11, which mirrors number 9. So yeah. Then we have number 14, which I have no idea where that also could be Mastodon? I don't know. You guess what that could be. I don't know. Whoa, don't fall off. Yeah, this is definitely Mastodon, number 12, with some electronics. No battery yet. And number 10. We had that before in the last box, which is the wheel part of the saber-toothed tiger. So a lot of stuff this time, I hope. I mean, the parts are, if you compare it to other magazines, there are not too much. So it's not that you have, like, let's say this in one magazine, which would be nice. Yes, you get something for your money. I still think you get that, but you also have little parts which you, like, it takes longer to combine. But I blabbed too much as always, you know that. So let's switch over to the building table and start building. Welcome to the building table. We start out with the plate with the display stand. I don't know actually how to call it. Everything else we had so far is here somehow. Building stuff and, yeah, well, past stuff that is done, like saber-toothed tiger's head, Megazord's head, and so on and so forth. Let's get into this, because as I said before, I know I repeat myself like a broken record. The video will get long, and future stuff as well, because, yeah, what can I say? We get magazines, like 6 per delivery this time. Well, I will get, okay, that's that. Empty box aside. Here is heavy stuff. Good question that I'm asking myself now. Here's magazine number 9. here is leftover screws from the last builds. And we have... Why is this so heavy? We have screws. And I didn't bring a knife this time. But I think I can get that open on this end. Ooh. Okay. Metal plates. Now we're getting somewhere. Give me a sec. Is this here? Nope. So I have to figure out myself how this works. I mean, I'm not that untalented. Oh, it's just the first part of that, right? I mean, it would be surprising if everything would be in that one. Oh, okay. So it's the first half, basically. Interesting. Okay. And this shows again how big this will be in the future. So I assume we turn this upside down. Metal plating. This one is like rectangular, and there's a part, 2 of these in here to support this. So I will align this and screw them in the metal plates, that is. After that, I will show you how it has to look. There's only one bag of screws, so you cannot mess this up. And this is, I assume, for the middle part here, yeah? Maybe like this, which kind of interesting is there are bigger holes in here, and for my understanding this should also light up. Oh yeah, that's like this. Okay, got it. I mean, you can see a little bit from the perspective, but I will give the screws a little help here. Build everything, and then I will show you how the end results look. I mean, if you watch the previous episodes of Build a Megazord, you will know how this goes by now, because if I do that pure on cam, you watching the video about like 3 hours long maybe. So give me a sec, be right back. Okay, I'm done. It takes a minute or two. One leftover screw. I wasn't sure because here are 2 screw holes which look like they need bigger screws with a bigger outline. So I waited with them for last, and it was good. I assume that will be future stuff. This is how the back looks. And as I said, this speaks for like how the Megazord will be entirely in size when it's done. This is basically half a tire we have now. So this will be huge. So I assume in future episodes there will be the rest of this. So the other half, and then something that comes on top, because this should be LED as well and have the tribal coin on it, what I seen on the website. So yeah, that done, that out of the way. Where do I put you for now? Good question. One sec. Okay, I put the base plate part away and unwrapped everything from the number 9 of the magazine. Saber-tooth tiger, front leg left. Okay. Oh, and we need what we've done before, which is interesting. Not too many parts. Small box. We need this little part here with the little L-shaped foot part, I guess, when you want to call it like that. And okay, like so. And there should be, yeah, metal piece. This small one. We had that before on this part here, on where my finger is. Push it in till it's flush. This is a cap, and then we need the foot. this front piece here, like the claw, the left one. This claws in here, and then we cap that off and screw it with one screw. Done. We need this one. We need this. We need the part that on the camera is like, the lighting is not so good today. This is movable, of course. Would be weird if it wouldn't. So, if let me undo this for a sec. Oh, pulled it out. No. The metal piece, what is in here, if it's not aligned the way it should be, as I said, it's movable, so you can put it on there and, as I did, just move it. Move it. Wait, what? Wrong movie. Same deal here. Boom. Oh no, do we need glue again? Please don't say no. Don't. I don't want to glue it again. I hate glue. I said that before. I had bad experience with that. 2 screws we need. That's how it should look, like this at this point. I'm not too happy with these screws. Let's see if I can tighten that a bit more. Yeah. The top one here on this end needs a little bit forced. It might be mine, I don't know. No glue, and I wouldn't dare to do this myself. Okay. Goes on relatively easy. Caps this off. Sorry for the pun. This is basically plug and play. You see the screw and you see the little slit below, so you cannot put this in the wrong way technically. And done. We have one saber-toothed tiger leg. Well, we'll need some work and more parts, of course. Movable. Feels a bit tight, but better a little bit too tight than too loose. It will loosen up in the future, depends on how often you move it. That's that for magazine number 9. Pretty fast. The cap is one leftover part. So is one screw. We'll keep that aside for future things. And let's move on with magazine number 10. So magazine number 10 is a repeat of magazine number 8, I guess. It's the right part of the saber-toothed tiger's leg. Well, the upper part at least. We start with the silver piece. Then we have this metal part, which helps move the parts inside. So we had that before. So let's go over this relatively quick. Goes in here. Make sure it's flush. Push it down with some force. Goes in here. As I said, straightforward. We had that in the past. Then we take the black tire part and then align this. Give me a sec. Like so. Screw this together. Not too complicated. As I said, we had that with the left half of the saber-toothed tiger. So this is the right part. The right foot this time. The upper half. 2 screws in, relatively fast. As I said, we had that before. You can check one of the previous videos if you need that in a bit more slower manner. Next is black and red cap part. Slides in, goes on top here. Gets held down by one screw, which we screw in from the back side. Easy peasy. And, well, sorry for the pun, we capped this off with the last piece, with the back part. 4 screws, so this is one really fast magazine. Done and done. Same deal as before. And relatively fast considering we had this, so 1 screws left over goes into the box with the leftover parts. This is empty, so this goes away on the stockpile of trash, basically. And let's move on with magazine number 11. Speaking of repeats, magazine number 11 is the, well, mirror version, technically, of magazine number 9, because this is the right half of the saber-toothed tiger's leg. We had this in a, some minutes ago. So we take out the claw parts, we take out this L-shaped thing. Well, the lower part looks like an L. We have some screws. I prepared everything, you might notice this. Let's see if we can get this out of here. So first things first is we have this part which needs to go in here. Push it down again, make it flush. So then it claws in again. Easy peasy. And then boop, cap off the whole thing with the cap. Sorry, I'm not in the right mind spot today. I don't know, my moderation, my talking is a bit off. But also very fast. Then we have the leg pieces. So we have this one and we have that one. This one is the part within the no bullet hole piece. So lower part is this, upper part is this one. Also, as I said before, if this doesn't line up right, the parts are movable, the things inside, so make sure that you can just align it to your liking, that it fits like it should be. Upper half, 2 screws, and as I said, relatively fast though, so I like progress. I mean, who doesn't? So I wouldn't take bets, but at this rate, the saber-toothed tiger might be the fast sword that's done. Just a guess, I think. Because we got a lot of parts of this one. But assuming that they want you to stay on the magazine, I mean, it would be dumb, honestly, if they like, not from a company standpoint, but from a buyer perspective, they let's say they do all the parts for one Zord in 5 or 10 magazines, maybe 20, depends on how complicated everything is, and then you have the saber-toothed tiger and you stop. How stupid would that be? So yeah, the cap again, I will go over this relatively fast because, as I said, we had this before. Leftover pieces go into the spare parts box. This goes aside, screwdriver aside, and we have the other saber-toothed tiger's leg. As I said, super fast, considering we done that some minutes ago. Really cool. Good. Magazine number 12 is next. As you realized from the last build, because I've done that before, I didn't even have to look into the magazine. That's different now. We are heading up to unknown waters with Mastodon's Head Part 1 in magazine number 12. Not too many parts as well, but we'll see. I mean, some stuff is similar. There's an electronics board for the things like in Saber-Tooth Tiger's head. This is plastic, not metal, which is surprising. I thought they would have done something like that, but considering Megazord uses this as a shield as well, so yeah, well, that could be too heavy. Good that they thought about that. We have this biggest piece out of the magazine, which is the first one we need, with the upper part. The plastic feels a bit strange. It's more of a rougher, like matte painting finish instead of... Wait! I don't want to bump the microphone. Compared to the Saber-Tooth Tiger, the lower plastic... This is metal, as I said. The lower plastic here is more of a glossy finish. Do you still work? Yeah. I had some issues with Saber-Tooth Tiger with the lighting. I explained that in episode 3, so if you didn't see that, feel free to watch this. In this case, we just have two parts which connect. Push them together till they click. Should be like this. And then we have two screws to finish this off. Screw holes are, you can see that, roughly here. It's black on black, so it's hard to see, but if you build that yourself, you will see that. Okay, I swapped in between to the screwdriver that the magazine provided. Mine is slightly bigger in scale for bigger screws. These are tinier than the last ones, so they wouldn't really want to get the grip. What I like about this so far is it's just one type of screw. With Megazord's head and with Saber-Tooth Tiger, you had multiple versions of different screws, and the magazine wasn't always correct on which is what. I think they changed in production what they put in the magazine. So yeah, not a fan, but okay. We have the white plate, which goes in here on front, and then we have this piece. Oh, is this an eye? Let me see. Oh no, that's the wrong part. Sorry, that's my bad. We have the black-green part, which resembles the well, I don't know what's resembling in Sentai, but for me it was always M for Megazord. Yeah, kids have weird ways of thinking. Push that together, and there's one part for a screw, but speaking of push, it doesn't really want to. Better to align these and then push it on here. Yeah, that's easier. So that you have an end result like this, but you have to screw it from the back with one screw, of course. Take your time, do not rush. It's fragile, and the screws are relatively small. So let's head over to the piece I accidentally grabbed earlier, this one. This is half transparent, so I assume besides the eyes, this time the front piece up the tusk from the Mastodon will lit up as well. So you easily could mix this up because it would fit both ways. So make sure that the red stripe is on the lower end of this here. And you need to screw this with two screws. But before you do that, there's a circuit board inside which has the LEDs. So alignment with the parts with the first screw is not so easy. As I said, it's black on black and screws are tiny, but I got it. It should look similar like this on the inside. I hope you can see that right. Camera focus, please. It's hard to see, sorry, but I think you get the deal. So, transparent green part for the eyes. Green, my favorite color. I don't know why, but hey. Yeah, I love green. Green is a nice color. In this case, you don't screw this directly. You just put the transparent part in, and you have these parts, which actually, well, sorry for the pun again, cap this off. Let's see. Yeah, well, it makes sense in this case, I guess, because it's also the shield piece. I will screw these together, and we see us afterwards. Leftover screw went into the bin with the others, in the leftover screw department basically. It should look like this on the front, and in the back it should look like this. On the circuit board are the LEDs. One part of it gets covered up by the black parts, so when it's powered there's a reflective silver part inside which makes the eyes lit up. So pretty damn standard. That's done. Magazine number 12. Let's move on to number 13. We are pretty fast today. Not too much to do on this as well. We have the ears of the Mastodon, which are, yeah, well, not so many parts. They just attach here. Pretty huge. I thought the saber-tooth tiger's head was big, but hey, this is chunker. I mean, he always was head-wise the biggest part. So goes on here. 2 screws in the background. I was like, where's those screws? But like, they're hidden by the ear. All these tiny ones again. So goes on here, as I said. I will show this like so. Here where my fingers are. There you have to screw it. Goes for the other side as well. And yeah, I will just do that. Be right back. And ears attached. I hope you can see that on the back. It's, as I said, it's all black on black, but technically, you see here. So, and this part is very easy. You have the colored parts, the red outlines, they go on the outer edge, of course. Just fill that in. This is, yeah, things you cannot mess up, because 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, it's left and right. I don't know, it's hard to see. So I will try my best. You have, as you can see, 3 little pegs on the back, and if you want to put that on, this is here, right, on my end. When I look like this is the right side on this one. If you want to try it here on the left, you can't, because you would have no peg hole for this. You would force it and it would break it. Yeah, well, don't. So just clip it in. Similar deal with the other half. Clip it in, clicks, you're done. Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, well, upside down. Oh no! Wrong side. So I think you get the deal. Oh no! Upper end, lower end. Ah, where do I put you? Ah. Sorry, I'm messing with you. Also, I don't know if the camera picks this up. There's an R1, so right and so on and so forth. And so here's an L2, so left 2. There's an R2 on this one, not R2D2. So depends what's left, what's right. This is more of a glossy finish, which is nice, but always fingerprints are relatively good with attaching to these. And boom, nice. And this is huge. I mean, I thought this one was big, but Mastodon's head is wow. And let's continue with number 14, the last magazine for today. Let's move on. This seems to be the tusk or trunk, whatever you want to call it, of the Mastodon. So we have these gray parts. This one, that one, and I assume 14.1. You're funny. Which one is that? That one. So 14.2 and okay. So you decide you weren't too early. So we need these two first. This one looks more like this. No, not that one. This one's first. And this one with the little cannon-ish piece on here, basically. So slots in. And there are some small little metal rods in here. These pieces here, that they're tiny. I hope I don't lose any of it. A sec. And with the power of cutting magic, these appear. I think it's easier to do it with those. Yeah, it's easier. Push them in. Good. So that you actually can move this later on. Then you need this part. Same deal. Metal piece in here. And then you have to push it down. Squeeze it a bit and then make sure it goes in. The metal part has like rough edges, so don't cut yourself. Last but not least, the metal part, I can show you this. Is it visible? Yeah. It's slightly open, so it's not an entire flush complete rod. It's not a complete cylinder. It is slightly open that you can squeeze it a bit to make it fit. Align it like this with the pointy end here. You have a more rounded one and this one. So then you need this silver part. On the inside is written which is it, left or right. This is one L1. I don't know if you can see this, but make sure that you see what you get. And when you have it like so, you attach it. How do you explain this? This hole here in the middle, there's the counterpart. So make sure it looks like this, and this part needs to be on the lower end here. Next one would be L2, L3, and L4. So we have those. Looks like so. And then we go from the other side and repeat. I made a mistake in between. I had L2 upside down. It can be disconnected again, but it's not easy. So if you use a knife, what I did, carefully like pushing it so you can get that out there with any problems. But I see why it doesn't need screws. It's really tight in there, so you don't have to. So movable part, This is cool. It's really nicely done. So the part should look like this. As you see, no bullet holes, no screws. So this goes on here. No screws, no glue? That's really weird. Yeah, it would fall off. I assume you should glue it. As I mentioned in the last build, I don't like super glue or glue in general because I always mess that up. It doesn't have to do anything with the glue itself. It's just me being me. But yeah. So make sure you glue this, even if the magazine says nope, well, or doesn't see anything about it. Okay, I glued it, and as I said before multiple times, I don't like glue because I always, well, glue my finger. Don't know if it's visible, but yeah. I have more glue on my fingers than where it's supposed to be. Last part, let's put that on again. Yeah, that's just nicely. I don't know, I get the idea why you don't have to glue it. It says by the union of these two pieces, this one and that one, this holds, but nope, it doesn't. It clearly doesn't. And last part for today, slot you in, and there's just one screw. That's one huge Mastodon head. Movable tusk, trunk, depends on where you're from and what you prefer. This is really cool. So, looking forward to the other magazines. And give me a second, I will do a cut, as always, and show you where we are with our parts so far. This is where we are now after the assembly of a total of 14 magazines. I stored the magazines in here. We got this last time, or me in that case. We started out with episode 1 with the chest plate, then continued with Megazord's head. Next was Saber-Tooth Tiger's head, which gave me a little headache with the electronics. More infos about that in the last video. And today's build was basically the front legs of Saber-Tooth Tiger, left and right. And we finished off this video with the star of the show today. Let's address the Mastodon in the room, the head of this cool guy. So really nice. I love this build. And just as a quick side note in the end, if you're asking yourself, where do I get this base plate from if you don't have that yourself? I pay premium on Fanhome, so I pay €1 more to actually get this. Well, €1 per magazine, that is. So, and there are some goodies you get, and the base plate is one of it, which is, when it's done, the base where you attach Megazord on it, logically, and it will have the tribal coin on it. I said that at the beginning of the video, but hey, I like to repeat myself. Anyhow, I talk too much as always. Thank you for watching, thank you for the support, and if you didn't know, I also do gaming content. I do Let's Plays in German and English, check that out. Feel free, there's a lot of on the channel. And we see us next time when it's time to build a Megazord.